Well, it's so nice to be here. And to be here with you.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, now that we've broken down. Oh.
So we're here to celebrate Door Shakespeare at our annual fundraising gala.
25th
25.
anniversary sort of virtual gala.
Gala.
Gala. You gala. Me gala.
I've heard both, Michael.
So have I.
Mm-hmm. Should we go to the stage?
Sure, let's go. Ow! Ow! Those darn mosquitoes, I'll tell you.
Well, you know why?
Why?
We didn't spray this year. During a production season, we always spray.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one of those things? We did this thing at the Gala. When I first got here, I had never done a paddle raiser before. Is that what this would fall under?
Exactly. One of our fundraising initiatives for our paddle raising has always been mosquito abatement. And we can do that again this year.
How do you do that, though, if you're sitting there looking at your computer?
Oh, I can answer that. Okay. So just on the left of your screen, you'll see rolling by silent auction items that you can bid on, and then fundraising initiatives that you can donate to. And mosquito abatement is one of those.
Oh, I love to say chocolate chipper. Chocolate chipper. That's very popular. I didn't know what a chocolate chipper was.
Yeah, I didn't either. I just called up Dave's Tree Service to order some wood chips.
Yep.
And I said, we need the two colors, the one for the path and the one to help kind of define our performance, our playing area. Right. And he says, oh, yeah, you need the chocolate chippers there.
Chocolate chippers there. Chocolate chippers there. Those are very popular in the paddle raiser, which is part of our what do we call them again? Fundraising initiatives.
Yes, which you can find on the left of your screen, rolling up and down. Just use your mouse to scroll. Chocolate chippers are especially fun because they mean that the production is about to open. We do it right before opening.
That's right. That's right. And it really does define the space. And then one of the other fundraising initiatives is I actually thought the first year that people were raising paddles, it was to support an actual alligator, but I was wrong because it's called a gator, and it seems to be a motorized piece of equipment.
Yeah. The gator is like a little Jeep, a garden Jeep that you would use, and our set and properties and costumes are stored about 200 yards that way. And so the gator allows us to get ready for the show in a shorter period of time than it would if we had to walk up and down. 1 week last year, the gator was out of commission, and I brought my wheelbarrows. And that was not popular. Rather than the wheelbarrows, Elliot Brotherhood put everything in his car.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But this year, the gator for recommissioning needs we keep track of these things. And so this year it's ready for a new battery and spark plugs. And then the handbrake wire has rusted out. So we're replacing that.
Those are just some of the fundraising initiatives that you'll be seeing throughout the evening as we journey along the way. Of course, I wanted to be here and Amy wanted to be here. We wanted to be here on this stage to open this evening because, unfortunately, you aren't here to see the entertainment live, but we're doing the next best thing. We're going to bring the entertainment to you virtually. You thought Shakespeare wasn't high tech? Ha 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 ha! Yes. Well, let the show begin, I say. Do you say? I say. Gala.
Gala.
Hello and welcome to Door Shakespeare's 25th anniversary virtual annual gala. allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ryan Zerk, and it gives me great pleasure to announce that we are about to attempt a feat that we believe to be unprecedented in the history of civilization. That is, to capture in a single theatrical experience the magic, the genius, the towering grandeur of the complete works of William Shakespeare. Well, we only have an hour and a half, and this book weighs about 6 pounds, which means we have to get through 8 ounces every 7 seconds. And that's like 2 6-packs a minute. So we'd better start drinking. And no one knows more about alcohol and Shakespeare than the gentleman I'm about to introduce. One of the world's preeminent Shakespeare scholars. He has a certificate of completion from preeminentshakespearescholars.com. He is here tonight to provide the complete works of William Shakespeare with a much-needed preface. Please welcome me in joining Mr. Jared Langwinski.
Thank you, Ryan, and greetings, everyone. William Shakespeare, playwright, poet, actor, Stratford's proudest flower, transplanted from the heart of the English countryside to bask in the warmth of London's literary greenhouse. A man who, despite the ravages of male pattern baldness, planted the potent seed of his poetical genius in the fertile womb of Elizabeth's England. There, it took root and spread through the lymphatic system of Western civilization until it became the oozing carbuncle of knowledge and understanding that grows even today on the very tip of our collective consciousness. And yet, how much do we intellectually flaccid members of 2020 appreciate the plump fruit of Shakespeare's productive loins?
How much?
Let's find out, shall we? Now, you are a theater-going crowd, obviously of above-average literary sensibility, and yet, if I may just have a brief show of hands, how many of you have ever seen or read any play by William Shakespeare? Any contact with the bard whatsoever, just raise your hands. Don't worry, we can see you through your cameras. Due to restraint.
Well, why?
I think they know more than we do.
Oh, God. Go!
Hello, I'm Sam Perlman. I first encountered Door Shakespeare in the summer of 2001, shortly after I moved to Bailey's Harbor. I was enchanted and captivated at the first glance. The production, the actors, the setting in the beautiful gardens of Bjork, London, all took my breath away. I became an ardent and vocal supporter of the company. In 2012, I was honored to be asked to join the board of directors. It was so gratifying to see the company grow and stretch its wings to become a regionally and ultimately nationally recognized theater company. Door Shakespeare became a large part of my family's experience. My wife's cousins hosted a benefit for Door Shakespeare in their Milwaukee home last year, and both of our sons have participated in the Doorways and Camp Will summer programs. I am pleased to say that the current professional staff of Door Shakespeare was hired during my tenure on the board. I reluctantly resigned from the board in October of last year, secure in the knowledge that I was leaving the organization better than when I had joined it. I look forward to watching Door Shakespeare continue to grow and thrive for the next 25 years and beyond. And now, I'd like to introduce Door Shakespeare's current chairman of the board, Carl Zapfi, and the rest of the Door Shakespeare Board of Directors.
Hi, everyone. I have had the great privilege and high honor to serve as the chair of Door Shakespeare for about a year now. Since then, we had looked forward with great enthusiasm for our 25th anniversary, and we all know that COVID-19 threw a monkey wrench into that. So we have spent the last 8 or 10 months scrambling to come up with something that will please our many patrons and fans. And if Rosalind is any indication, we're doing a great job providing virtual performances, and we'll continue to do so for as long as this crisis lasts. In the meantime, I am privileged to work with a wonderful board of directors. I am so proud of them, and I'm especially proud of Michael Stebbins and Amy Ensign, who are just absolute bricks in the way they've been carrying our organization forward. We look for great things to come, and we will certainly hope to celebrate our silver anniversary possibly next year if this pandemic abates. So here's to Door Shakespeare. I love it. I love being where I am. I am thrilled to be doing this, and I'm so happy that we're doing good things, continue to do good things in spite of the challenges we face.
Hi, my name is Mary Lynn Brotherhood, and I am a member of the Door Shakespeare Board of Directors. I'm in my 4th year serving on the board, and in the past I have served as the Bard Buddy Coordinator for all of the volunteers that come out to the beautiful garden to assist with the shows.
Hi, I'm David Clowers. I've been on the board now since 2012, and I currently serve as the treasurer for the Door Shakespeare Company.
I'm Kit Connor, and I've been on the board for 15 years, and I was served as the development chair, and I've been the Gala chair for 10 years, and I'm a seasonal resident in Ephraim and Washington Island.
Hi, I'm Dawn Crane. I've been on the board for 2 years now. When I was my first year, I was on the planning committee for the Gala, and I am in Buffalo, Minnesota right now.
Hi, I'm Judy Drew, and I'm Zooming from beautiful Sturgeon Bay. I joined the Door Shakespeare board in June of 2019, and I'm currently serving as vice chair.
Hey, I'm Steve Kane. I live in Nevada in the winter and Egg Harbor in the summer, and I'm about to finish my first year on the board.
Hello, I'm Paulette Laufer. I'm talking to you from Sturgeon Bay, and I've been on the board since June of 2019 and serving as secretary of the board since October of 2019.
My name is Carl Zappi. I have the honor and the privilege of serving with these wonderful board members as their chair. I have been on the board for 7 years now, and I was the secretary prior to assuming the chair, and it has been my delight to shepherd this wonderful organization into paths of greatness to come.
Hi, Door Shakespeare fans.
Hi, everybody.
I'm John Heggie.
I'm Lori Flanagan Heggie.
And we're coming to you from Lori's office here in our house in Minneapolis.
We tried to record in the garden, but it was too windy.
Yes, we tried to record in the garden. We thought it would be appropriate. But it was also appropriate that the wind was blowing so hard that the microphone kept catching the wind and you couldn't hear us.
Anyway.
But we're here today to talk about Door Shakespeare origins, and our origins as a couple connected to Door Shakespeare.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the fact that George, I almost called you George. Who's George?
I don't know.
Anyway, we wouldn't be here for the fact...
We wouldn't be here
if it weren't for the fact that John Heggie came to Door Shakespeare in 1999 to play Jaques.
In As You Like It.
He was very good in that show.
That was my first year, the first year of the company as it exists now.
As it exists now, but
right.
I was part of the company in 1995. The first year that there was performances at Bjorklanden, I played Puck in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Doug Manchesky was bottom. There was no telling what was going to happen every night.
Well, Doug. It was the original practices, right?
So we carried scrolls.
With your lines on it.
With our lines on them. And our cues.
On your cues.
And we were allowed to change our blocking at any time.
You could enter from wherever you wanted.
I got stuck in a tree once. Did you know that?
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah,
The tree.
The big tree with the V. I got stuck in that tree in a performance. And I was younger then. If I got stuck in that tree now, I would never get out.
You'd never get out.
Anyway, I don't think I'd get cast as Puck.
Probably
today.
not. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think
But
so.
that was then. That was the first
That was the first year.
And then it was...
actually, that was the first year performance.
There were readings the year before that, right? Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Anyway, so in 1999, Northern Sky, which was at American Folklore Theater, handed the keys to the company to Suzanne Graff and Jerry Glomus, and they had it for many years. Their legacy is an amazing legacy, and we want to thank them
for bringing us together at Door Shakespeare.
That's right.
I met Jerry and Suzanne here in Minneapolis, where they were based. They traveled back and forth from Door County to Minneapolis.
With their kids in tow.
Ran the company for years like that. I met Jerry and Suzanne at a protest. An Actors Equity was picketing the Orpheum Theater production. It was a non-union production, and we were holding our signs up, letting people know that they were paying Broadway prices for non-union actors.
So, John,
So-
you just made me think, Door Shakespeare's been an equity company this whole time.
Yes, they have been an equity company the whole time.
So if you don't know what that means, that is really important for actors who work there.
Right.
When you support the company, you're supporting the whole of the actor. You're supporting their future with their pension. You're supporting the health insurance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I met Jerry and Suzanne at that point, and they were talking about how they were starting their first season that summer, and I ended up auditioning for them and getting cast as Jaques and coming to Door County.
I saw that production. You were very good, Jaques.
You saw that production, but we didn't really meet that summer, really. We kind of met.
We said hello, nice
We said
to meet
hello,
you.
nice to meet you, but we didn't really meet in specific terms.
No, but the next year, you played Petruchio.
Yeah, the next summer I played Petruchio in
he's
Taming of the Shrew.
Hot as, oh my gosh.
Well, come on.
I mean, he was Petruchio. I just spit on it.
She's drooling on me. She's drooling on me.
He was Petruchio, and he was hot, hot, hot. Am I allowed to say that?
You already said it.
Anyway.
Anyway, that was
the summer.
That was the summer we met. We fell in love. We spent a few evenings on the shores of Lake Michigan at Bailey's Harbor.
Bjorklund, do you remember the night we fell in love, honey?
Closing night of Taming the Shrew.
This is a true story.
There was a meteor shower. We were having a bonfire on the shores of Lake Michigan.
At Bjorklund.
Beautiful night.
After a show.
Mm-hmm.
I had a show at Northern Sky, and I came and met you after your show.
We had a bonfire.
And the whole company sat outside, and then the Aurora Borealis came out.
Ah, yes.
And not just
Northern Lights.
Not just a little bit. It was the whole dome of the sky. It was the entire 360.
It was amazing. There were meteor showers. There was a beautiful blue sky. There was
the company
Aurora Borealis. There was a bonfire. There were drums.
There was love.
There was love in the air. And that's Door Shakespeare legacy right here. Right here.
I don't think these people are here to talk about our love affair.
We're here to talk about our love affair.
But anyway.
Our Door Shakespeare love affair.
I think this is an opportunity to say how much Door Shakespeare has meant to us, how much it's meant to our community, how much the performances over the years have meant, how much the relationships over the years have meant, how much the work has meant, and how much probably your support means to the company.
Definitely. Your support means a lot to the company. And we're glad you're joining us for the Gala tonight. The Galley?
The Galley.
The Galley.
Time is passing on the silent auction, but you can still bid on the Foxglove Inn and Suites, a 2-night stay. And every suite has its own fireplace and either a whirlpool or soaking tub. Plus, those ladies make a fantastic breakfast. Bid while you can. It won't be available forever. Good luck.
I've got blossoms on my baby chicks tomorrow, just one day old, traveling by mail. The cats show up hungry in the morning. The chickens tumble down from their roosts. The spotted fawns play, never straying far from mother's trail. Just like before, just like today, just like before, just like today. And heavy in the air is the pain and loss of so many. But spring still blooms and life goes on. 2020. The sun still rises from the dead of night as we spin slowly through her light. The moon spins too, changing clothes in cycles like before, just like before, just like today, just like before, just like today. But heavy in the air is the loneliness of so many. But summer's here and life goes on. 2020. Now we order our groceries and packages. We stay away from restaurants and stores, surrendering to the uncertainty and still wondering what all this loneliness is for. We keep the faith, we live our lives like Groundhog Day. And we know the present moment is all we ever really have anyway. We watch our children grow. We tell them what we know. We hope our parents get to stay with us for many years more, just like before. Just like today, just like tomorrow, just like today. And heavy in the air is the restless fear of so many. But November's coming and life goes on. 2020.
For 10 years, Karen was the resident composer and music director for Door Shakespeare. In addition to sharing this beautiful song with us, which she just recently completed, she contributed 2 items to our silent auction, which closes at 8:30 tonight. The first one is, if you have a piece of writing or you think you're a poet but you didn't know it, because I'm not, if you win this item, you send it to her. She's going to build music around it. She's going to create a song. She's going to record it for you, and she's going to send you the sheet music as well. So you can sing it for all your friends as soon as you learn how to play an instrument. The other item is a 1-hour virtual Zoom concert. I want to win that one too, because I'd love to have a room full of friends, but I can't because of the, Corona thing and the masks and all that kind of stuff. A 1-hour virtual concert where Karen will share songs from Door Shakespeare days, as well as some of her compositions, as well as some songs that everybody knows and loves. So, the great Karen Mall, thank you so much. For your contributions.
Hi, I'm actor Doug Manchesky. I was in the inaugural season of Door Shakespeare in 1995. At that time, Door Shakespeare consisted of 2 theaters, American Folklore Theater, which is now Northern Sky Theater, and Project 400, which was a company based in New York City. I was with the latter. I was with Project 400. That particular season in 1995 consisted of 2 Shakespeare comedies, A Midsummer Night's Dream and The Comedy of Errors. Now, I was playing Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, at the end of the play is the famous play within the play. It's a very funny scene. It's performed before court. Now, Bottom is playing Pyramus. And after finding a bloody scarf of his lover, Thisbe, he mistakenly thinks she has been killed by a lion. And so thus, he kills himself. Just like Romeo and Juliet. So, I was required to kill myself differently every performance. So, I could only kill myself once with a sword, which is what most bottoms do in the play within the play. But that was only once. And once I used it, that was it. And I had 20 to 30 other performances I had to do. So, I had a lot of different ways to kill myself I had to think of. For example, I would have someone backstage play on my boombox the theme of Jaws. And while that Jaws theme was playing, I would go behind the bushes at Bjork Linden and scream, of course, and pop my head out occasionally, dripping with ketchup, as if I was eaten by a shark behind the bushes, or a bear, whatever you can imagine, with the theme of Jaws. Or, that was crazy. Or I would pretend this is one of my favorites, actually. I would pretend I was followed by a seagull. A very angry seagull who would relieve itself on my head. Who knows why. But in order to convey this relieving, I would have a can of whipped cream, and every time the seagull would squawk, which was me, of course, I would squirt the whipped cream on my head to simulate seagull droppings. So, I did this until I was totally doused with whipping cream. And thus I died because of seagull droppings. Now this was fine until the 10th or so performance, and I thought to myself, oh my god, I'm thinking way too much of this. It's creating too much angst. That's all I'm thinking about going to the performance. How am I going to die? I just can't go on like this. So I said, I'm going to trust my improvisatory skills. I'm going to leave it to the theater gods, and every performance, those gods will give me something. It'll just send some inspiration on me. So one performance, we were touring also, and one performance we did at the Clearing in Ellison Bay. Now, audience brought their own chairs, and blankets, and they sat in a circle around us. It was very intimate. I loved it. There were several lawn chairs. Now, one happened to be empty. When it was time to die, I took the lawn chair and collapsed it. I pretended I was in a swamp, and the lawn chair was a crocodile, so I would open and collapse the chair. I would open and collapse the chair as the crocodile was surrounding me. You can imagine. And then the crocodile/lawn chair would close upon my leg, and I'd scream. And it would close upon my arm. Then it would open and close on my head, and I'm screaming, of course. And so I die, death by lawn chair. At the time, I thought this was the most bizarre way to die. As if the others weren't bizarre. But I thought that was the most avant-garde. But it apparently made the biggest impression with audiences, because I still have people, I don't know, there must have only been like 100 people there. And they all come up to me these days and say how much they laughed. I have very fond memories of that summer in Door County. In the end, thank you for supporting Door Shakespeare. And I hope you continue to support it. Come see their plays when this damn COVID is over. And, of course, may the board be with you. I was trying to do bard at first. Board. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm David Cesarini.
And I am Deborah Staples.
We're here in our Milwaukee home on Hollywood Avenue during the summer of 2020. And we're just sending greetings to everybody at for the Door Shakespeare Gala. And first off, I want to just thank everybody who is attending and who is supporting the Door Shakespeare family, as well as many theater companies' families all across this nation, are depending on your help, particularly this year. So thank you so much for tuning in. Our history with Door Shakes goes back a few years, right?
Sure. So my first season there was in 2017, and it was a blast. I loved it. It's an incredibly special place. We had a lot of fun, and we loved it so much that we were very, very, very honored to say yes to coming back when Michael Stebbins graciously gave us the offer to for both me and David to go and do Shakespeare together for the first time since we were married. So that's what, 21 years now.
Yeah.
So it had been a little while.
Yeah, and actually the last show we did out at American Players Theater in 1998 was Comedy of Errors, and in our 2018 season at Door Shakes it was Comedy of Errors, as well as Much Ado About Nothing.
You know, when I think about what the highlights were from that summer, it's so special to be able to do Shakespeare in a place where, first of all, you're not screaming. You know, having an intimate setting to do Shakespeare is not something you come across all the time. And then the emphasis gets put on the relationship between the actors and the audience. And that too is, I think, why we do live theater. So it's, and I got to fall in love with my husband every night, which was kind of fun too. So thank you.
And I had fun running into the audience and hiding amongst them and creating mayhem during a portion of that show. That was a good time. Our other members of our family. Our dog is sitting over there. You want to take a shot of our doggie? Hi, Sammy. Nice. Also, Amalia's here, and she's going to say a couple of words of greeting right about now.
Hi, Door Shakespeare. This is my dog, Sammy. We really miss you and hope to see you next year. There you go. Hi, buddy. Hugs, buddy.
Thank you for shooting for us. Miranda will come on screen a little bit later and give you greetings as well. They were both very helpful as volunteers at the concessions area, taking tickets, being ushers, and as volunteer members of the Door County family.
Miranda can tell you how many performances she attended at Door Shakespeare. It was a lot.
Hi, Door Shakespeare family. It's Miranda. I miss you all, and I hope to see you soon. Good luck with the gala.
I must say, last year I went and was a very, very enthusiastic audience member. I have now switched over to being a patron of the theater, and we just, in fact, watched the season last night. We hope you have gotten your ticket and have been able to see that yourselves. It's an absolutely charming show, really beautifully done. And again, another highlight of, I think, the last season that I was there was at this gala event that year. I got to meet a lot of the board members, and Door Shakespeare is nothing but a labor of love from so many people, from the artists, but also this board of directors that has been able to really keep this company going. Michael has been keeping this company going, and especially in a year like this. And thank you to everybody who goes and sees the shows. I look forward to sitting amongst you next year.
So we're here to introduce the talent portion of this gala, and to kick it off is going to be a wonderful song written by Scott McKenna Campbell. It's called "Door County, I'm Coming," and it was placed
the most popular moment of the show.
Yeah, of Much Ado About Nothing. Joe Hanreddy, the director, set the play in America, in a place maybe like Door County, just post-Civil War, and the soldiers were coming back from the right, Sammy, right.
Here they come.
And this started the beginning of the second act, and it was such a quintessentially, about cherry picking in Door County, and
Don't give it away.
Quintessentially American. Okay. And it fit so beautifully with the tapestry that Joe was weaving with his setting of the play. So I guess without much further ado,
nice.
Here we go. Door County, I'm Coming.
I'd rather be a picker than a sailor.
I'd rather pull a ladder than an oar.
There's glory on the sea,
but it's not the life for me.
Give me plain old cherry picking up in Door.
Door County, I'm coming. Leave your fancy city dreams, I'm northward bound. There's glory on the sea, but it's not the life for me. I'll pick cherries till they put me in the ground.
I'd rather be a picker than a soldier. I'd rather work in shirt sleeves than a kit. I'm not against a fight, and I'll swear the cause is right. But give me cherry picking, I won't mind a bit.
Door County, I'm coming. Leave your fancy city dreams, I'm northward bound. I'm not against a fight, and I'll swear the cause is right.
I'll pick cherries till they put me in the ground.
I'd rather be a picker than the president. I'd rather walk my orchards than those halls. There's power in the job, but I never could hobnob. For it's cherry picking I love best of all. Door County, I'm coming. Leave your fancy city dreams, I'm northward bound. There's power in the job, but I never could hobnob.
There's glory on the sea, but it's not the life for me. I'm not against a fight, and I'll swear the cause is right.
I'll pick cherries till they put me in the ground.
Eric Lewis may be Memphis-based, but he is in the heart of all Door County music lovers. With his incredible musicianship, I've enjoyed listening to him everywhere from being backstage at rehearsals at 3rd Avenue Playhouse, to in the Fishstock Barn, to From the Pit of Northern Sky, to various venues around Door County. His musicianship is unmatched. When the pandemic hit, artists all over were brought to a standstill, And Eric Lewis developed a new, refound love of his own artwork as a way to express his creativity and also help focus at the end of the day. And his offering that he's donated here for the silent auction is called the Sunflower Guitar. It's watercolor pens and pencils, graphic pencils and ink pens, and the proceeds for this item are split 50-50 with Eric Lewis himself as well as Door Shakespeare. So it's a 2-for-1. Good luck.
Hello, Amy Ensign here. As managing director, I also help coordinate our educational programming at Door Shakespeare. So here I stand under my own magnificent maple at my home away from my Door Shakespeare home to talk to you about what we do. So I don't know, as some of you might know, some of you might not, but part of our mission statement includes education. And to read it, it says to enhance the theatrical experience through interactive educational opportunities designed for audience of all ages. And we have a couple programs when we are producing in the garden at Bjork, London that do just that. Will in the Woods and Shake It Up Saturdays. Will in the Woods meets once a week, midweek, on Wednesdays and Thursdays every other week. And friends and family gather before the show to get a backstage peek at the production process. Examples of some of the topics covered at Will in the Woods would be inviting Scott McKenna Campbell, who has been our music composer and music director for the past couple seasons, to just explain a little bit about his process and what it's like to compose original music for a Shakespeare production. Another guest that we've had is Rick Furr, who is Door County's most famous, in fact, might be one of the world's most famous blacksmiths. He came last year before a Henry V show to talk about weaponry at the Battle of Agincourt. So yeah, it just gives everybody a little bit of a peek into the backstage process, either in preparation for the work and in looking into the material of the play or into the actual production process. Now, Shake It Up Saturdays is also before the show on our early evening matinee on Saturdays before that, and it's geared more towards families. We gather by the lakeside, and we have interactive activities and games designed to help introduce patrons of all ages to the show that they're about to see. We usually talk about character, about plot, talk a little bit about what makes this Door Shakespeare production unique to this production and unique to Door Shakespeare by introducing maybe a director's concept or a design concept. And then we run around and play some games to get the wiggles out before the show starts. We also hand out a list of things to look for the family members to look for as they're watching the show. It might be a particular theme that's introduced. For example, in 2018's Comedy of Errors, we talked about water being an element throughout the show that gets referenced. And so every time water comes up, to just make a personal note of it. We also might sometimes give a list of quotes to listen for. For example, I was watching Henry V after a Shake It Up Saturday, and I saw a 10-year-old gal in the front row elbow her mother when we happy few, we band of brothers came up. And that's Shake It Up Saturdays. Throughout the rest of the year, we have something called Shakespeare in the Schools, and this is a program that's designed to supplement the English curriculum in the Door County classroom. So we offer to students and teachers to bring in an actor or a director or a designer, depending on their focus and their interest, to talk a little bit about producing Shakespeare. Shakespeare was written to be seen and to be heard, not necessarily just to be read off the page. And so this gives students and teachers an opportunity to learn a little bit more about bringing Shakespeare's words to life on stage. Next up, the fourth arm of our educational program, Camp Will. Thanks for spending the evening with us, and I'll see you later.
Camp Will at Door Shakespeare strives to create a supportive forum for expression, exploration, and understanding. Our mission is to encourage young actors ages 7 to 17 to find creative license and hone their craft, while ultimately discovering a bit about themselves as they play characters from Shakespeare's canon. This summer, we welcomed virtually over 50 students for 3 summer sessions. Now, half of our day at Camp Will is spent in acting class. Our teachers, Scott McKenna-Campbell, Jared Langwinski, and Selma Rivera, who is also an alum of the program, and myself, all of us who have been on the Door Shakespeare stage, taught workshops on acting fundamentals, on stage combat, on clowning, and much, much more. And then the second half of our day is spent in rehearsal for scene work. So we would like to share some of that scene work with you and also welcome you into our classroom for a bit. So first up is a scene from Act 2, Scene 2 of The Tempest. Camp Will actors Anna Becker is playing Trinculo, B. Dram is Caliban, and Lily Weber is Stefano. Enjoy!
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on Prosper fall and make him by inch meal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. Lo now, lo! Here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance you will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear up any weather at all. And another storm brewing? I hear it sing on the wind. I know not where to hide my head. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A strange fish. Warm on my chaw! I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine, for there is no other shelter hereabouts.
Marcy, to here I shall die ashore. Well, this is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort.
Do not torment me! Oh!
This is the monster of the isle. Why the devil should he learn our language?
Do not
Shall
torment
give
me.
him relief.
Do not torment me. Prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. Here is that which will give language to you, cat.
I should know that voice. It should be, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs, 2 voices. A most delicate monster. I shall pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano, if thou best Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. Thou art very Trinculo indeed.
I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial drink. I will kneel to him. I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster.
I'll show thee every fertile inch o' the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee be my god. I'll show thee the best of springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee. Now lead the way without any more talking.
All right, let's give it up for them.
Way to go, Anna! And Bea and Lily. Lily's not here today because she's in London, England, in school right now. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. Before we get going here, we've got some representatives from Camp Will, and I would love to just introduce ourselves a bit. So, teacher number 1, Scott.
Hi, I'm Scott, zooming in from Madison.
Jared.
I'm Jared, and I'm zooming in from Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Selma. I'm zooming in from Milwaukee.
Liam.
Hi, I'm Liam. I'm zooming in from Mississippi.
Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm zooming in from Kohler.
Aislinn.
Hi, I'm Aislinn. I'm zooming in from Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Amy. Who are you? You're on mute. We can't hear you.
Hello, I'm Alice, and I'm zooming in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Woo! Colin Carter.
Hi, we're Colin Carter, and we're zooming in from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yeah, B.
I'm B, and I'm zooming in from Door County, Wisconsin.
Melissa.
I'm Melissa, and I'm zooming in from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.
Hayden.
I'm Hayden, and I'm zooming in from Colorado. Westminster, Colorado. Westminster, Colorado. I'm Adeline, and I'm zooming in from Westminster, Colorado.
That was Colorado. And Charlotte.
I'm Charlotte, and I'm zooming in from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Siobhan.
I'm Siobhan. I'm zooming in from Los Angeles, California.
Woo! All here back together again. Right on. Cool. So what we would like to show you today is a part of our ritual at the end of every day. On your feet, neutral standing balance. And we end every day with a poem that I learned when I was studying at the Globe Theatre in London. Actors at the Globe do this before every show they're in. I also do it before every show. I know some of you have taken this into your own life. I know that Charlotte mentioned last summer that you and your mom do this before big important events. And it reminds me why I do what I do. Why I'm an actor. Ready, neutral. I take from the heavens.
I take from the heavens.
All that I need.
All that I need.
I bring it inside me.
And I bring it inside me.
And I take from the earth.
And I take from the earth.
All that I need.
All that I need.
And I bring it inside me.
And I bring it inside me.
And when I have it inside me.
And when I have it inside me.
I look at my ensemble.
I look at my ensemble.
And I give it away.
And I give it away.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Door Shakespeare.
Congratulations, Door Shakespeare.
Congratulations, Door Shakespeare.
Can I stay here forever?
I wish.
Hi, I'm Amy Ensign, Managing Director.
Hello. I'm Michael Stebbins, Producing Artistic Director. Welcome to Door Shakespeare Offices.
Let's take a tour.
Yeah.
You know, Michael, I still get just a little bit excited every time I walk into our new offices.
Why?
Well, we actually own this building.
It's the first thing Door Shakespeare has ever owned.
Yeah, and it's all due to the generosity of a single donor that purchased this building for us. And then 2 additional donors who have funded the remodel.
Oh, don't get me all started. Let's go inside.
Welcome to Door Shakespeare's rehearsal rehearsal hall. So we'll come to this space when it's raining in the garden to rehearse. And then we also have visions of someday holding staged readings here. When the pandemic hit, we were kind of mid-remodeling. So you'll see we still have a little bit of painting to do and a little bit of unpacking to do. But definitely tons of potential, eh, Michael?
Absolutely. 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. Hey! So, Door County cherries across my face. Yes, imagine if you will, say Kira Neighbors last year's our stage manager, or years before that, Melissa Wonky. Oh my gosh, it's raining, where are we gonna go? We know where we're gonna go, we're gonna come right here. We could do that David Sedaris piece I've been doing for the last couple of years, we could do it here.
We sure could.
With an intimate audience, right? Or a sellout crowd. It could be an indoor Camp Will space. When this pandemic passes, now, I think it's an ideal space for all the above. It could possibly be a reception space, possibly. It's a multi-function space, but when we saw the building, this was a great appeal to us. But wait, there's more. There's a stage underneath. All the world's a stage. And so when this room is full of actors rehearsing, wouldn't it be great, Amy?
It would be great. Just imagine. The only thing we need are doors right there, separating the rehearsal hall from the box office.
Yep.
I have an idea.
What's that, Amy?
Why don't we make rehearsal hall doors one of our fundraising initiatives for tonight?
That's an excellent idea.
You can go to our website, dsgala.givesmart.com, and donate to this fundraising initiative. Doors between the rehearsal hall and our box office and administrative offices.
Yeah, I hate noise, so I'm gonna go big.
Let's go. Welcome to Door Shakespeare's new box office. Hey, you got any tickets?
I'll call you back. Hi, thank you for coming to Door Shakespeare. Let me sell you a ticket at the ticket counter that doesn't exist.
Oh no, but there will be one. One of our fundraising initiatives is a box office counter that you can walk up or roll up to get tickets. Andrew and Jelaine Burton of Woodwalk Gallery are actually designing a purpose-built counter just for Door Shakespeare.
They do beautiful work. I know I've seen it before. Oh my God, Amy, let me just say, I love that t-shirt.
Oh, hey, thanks. This is a cadet gray, 100% cotton t-shirt that you can also get at the Door Shakespeare Gala website. Along with the fundraising initiative that you can donate to, you could also be wearing one of these. Let me show you where our retail space will be.
All right.
Let's go. This is kind of cheesy. There's not much here, but there will be.
Here, let's go into my office. This is my office. It'll have a door. Stay out!
Here, I'm going to show you our stage manager's area, and then right into the kitchen, where 2 more initiative items are available for you to give towards. A stove, so we can make your cookies for the concession stand, and a fridge, so we don't give you food poisoning. Let's go on.
I'm in Amy Ensign's office. Gosh, it's so beautiful outside. Do you want to go look at the backyard?
Let's go. Okay. This way. What? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I do that all the time.
So, the backyard of the Door Shakespeare Administrative and Box Office and Rehearsal Hall. Right here we have Elliot's Paint Store, which will hold actor housing supplies, as well as small props and costume accessories, wigs, and hats.
But what about all those boxes on that stage? Because you know we got to clear that stage because we're going to be on it. What do we do with all the things in those boxes?
Well, Michael, I'm glad you asked.
One of our fundraising initiatives is for a costume storage shed, which will go right here. So if you'd like to give to that initiative, again, dsgala.givesmart.com.
Yeah, I want to give to all those initiatives. Oh, but let's get back to the entertainment, even though I must say I think Amy Ensign and I are quite entertaining. Can you see it now? Ensign and Stebbins.
Hello everyone, my name is Rain Kleinofen and I'm an actor speaking to you from Racine, Wisconsin. In the past, I've had the incredible opportunity of working with Door Shakespeare on 2 staged readings. The first was Red Velvet, and the second was How Shakespeare Won the West. If it hadn't been for the unfortunate turn of events this summer, I would have been playing Ophelia in the production of Hamlet, and I would have been the assistant stage manager for the complete works of Shakespeare Abridged. However, I am so excited to announce that I will be playing Luciana in Door Shakespeare's virtual production of Comedy of Errors. Without further ado, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce this fantastic performer who will be doing Shakespeare's Sonnet 130 for you tonight. Please welcome Dwayne Boutet.
My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are dun. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. I have seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant, I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my love as rare as any she belied with false compare.
The silent auction is winding down, so don't forget to look at 2 other theater packages available over there on the left side of your screen. One from Next Act Theater in Milwaukee and the other from American Players Theater just outside of Madison. Good luck. I hope you win.
Greetings, my fellow Door Shakespeareans. It is I, yours truly, Deborah Babbage. But you might better remember me as Mrs. Malaprop, or maybe Mrs. Bennet, or even Touchstone in Door Shakespeare's seasons long gone by. If there's one thing that I have learned from 3 glorious consecutive seasons at Door Shakespeare, it's that the bard is best appreciated under the stars. As my counterpart, Mrs. Malaprop in The Rivals would say, and I quote, "And I don't think that there is a superstitious article in it." And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. Take my niece, Allie Babbage, for example. I like to think that she has followed in my footsteps, but she has certainly forged her own path. After performing all over the world, she finally made her debut with Door Shakespeare in 2019. After all roads lead to Bjork, London, don't you know? As a matter of fact, I believe she's there right now, recreating her role as Alice, a lady-in-waiting to Catherine, the Princess of France, as played by the wonderful Elise Edelman in a scene from Henry V, as directed by the multi-talented Matt Daniels. Let's go check it out. Come on, let's go. I'm all right. I'm all right.
I t'es Angleterre et tu parles bien le langage.
Je peux, madame.
Je te prie, monseigneur, il faut que j'apprenne à parler. Comment appelez-vous la main en anglais?
La main. Elle est appelée de hand.
De hand. Et les doigts?
Les doigts. Parfois, j'oublie les doigts. Mais je me souviendrai, les doigts. Je pense qu'ils sont des fingers.
De finger. La main de hand, les doigts de finger. Je pense que je suis la bonne candienne. Je gagne du moins l'anglais avec moi. Comment appelez-vous les ongles?
Les ongles. Nous les appelons de nails, madame.
The nails. Écoutez, dites-moi si je parle bien. The hand, the finger et the nails.
C'est bien dit, madame. Il est fort bon anglais.
Dites-moi l'anglais pour les bois.
Des armes, madame.
Elgood.
Des elbows.
D'elbow. Je me fais la répétition de tout le mot que vous m'avez appris dès à présent.
Il est trop difficile, madame, comme je pense.
Excusez-moi, Alice. Écoutez. The hand, the finger, the nails, the arm, the elbow.
Des elbows, madame.
Oh, Seigneur Dieu. D'elbow. Comment appelez-vous le col?
De neck, madame.
The neck. Et le menton?
De chin.
The chin. Le col de neck. Le menton de chin.
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 Chin. Chin.
Oui, Sophronie, en vérité, vous prononcez les mots aussi droit que le natif d'Angleterre.
Je ne te point d'apprendre par la grâce de Dieu rien pour des temps.
N'avez-vous pas déjà oublié ce que je vous ai enseigné?
Non! Je réciterai à vous promptement! The hand, the finger, the mask.
The nails, madame.
The nails, the arm, the elbow.
Sophronie, the elbow.
Ainsi dis-je. Je m'en oublie. D'elbow, the neck, the chin. Comment appelez-vous? La pied et la robe.
De foot, madame, et les cornes.
Les foot et le cul? Oh, Seigneur Dieu! Est-ce que les maudits sont mauvais, corruptibles, gras et impudicaux, et non pour les dames du nudité? Je ne veux point de prendre pour prononcer ces mots devant les seigneurs de France. Pour tout le monde. Pour le foot et le cul. Mais moi, je réciterai à vous une autre fois Malacon ensemble. Écoutez! The hand, the finger, the nose, the arm, the elbow, the neck, the chin, the foot et le cul.
Excellent, madame.
C'est assez, enfin. Allons-nous à dîner?
Oui.
Hey, Door Shakespeare family and friends. I'm Marcy Kearns, director of Merry Wives last year and All Stars Aligning Wittenberg in Times to Come. I have a couple of things to say about Wittenberg. I love this play. Davalos' what-if story about faith-driven Martin Luther, philosophy-driven Dr. Faustus, and a most famous Prince of the Danes intersecting at a most famous university during a time of seismic change is so evocative to me. The way that they, along with an eternal feminine who threads her way through each of their lives, guiding them and challenging them, the way that they discover the paths or embark upon the paths that we know in 2020 that they will take is incredible. It's exciting. From friendship to debate to prayer to, yes, tennis and beer.
What is Hamlet studying at Wittenberg? And now if you ask yourself, what if he's a student of both Faustus and Luther? What if he's studying philosophy under one and theology under the other, and they're not exactly coming together in his head, creating a conflict for Hamlet, which then goes on to play out in Shakespeare's play. So that's where the whole thing started. From there, it was drafts, workshops, then we had a premiere in Philadelphia, an off-Broadway production. We got lucky and got into the Shakespeare Festival bloodstream and have had productions of the play everywhere from Orlando to Seattle. We've had it translated into German and performed in Berlin. We've had it translated into Russia, had a production in London, have had international productions from Australia to Austria, and then the crown jewel of the whole experience, Michael Stebbins comes along, connects with the play, and does a Luther that's so nice he did it twice at Rep Stage and at Baltimore Shakespeare Festival. And then he was kind enough to bring it here to Wisconsin. And that's the story. So I can't wait to see this play, God and COVID willing, next summer on the Door Shakespeare stage. But in the meantime, please, stay safe, stay sane, and thank you for everything you do to help keep live theater alive.
All right. Take your seats. Let's go, come on. Timeliness is next to cleanliness, and you know what cleanliness is next to. Sit down. Sit still. This is Biblical Principles of Theology, and I'm your instructor, Professor Dr. Reverend Father Martin Luther. You may call me Professor, or Doctor, or Professor Doctor, or Father, or Martin. But if you call me Herr Luther, I will not hesitate to thrash you violently about the neck and face. Herr Luther is my father. A reminder that this is Principles of Christian Theology. If you are in league with the devil, you are in the wrong classroom, and you want instead Dr. Faustus' philosophy seminar. Across the quad, down the hall, room 2B, sixth door on the left. From the breath of life which first animated Adam to the whispered prayer you will find yourself breathing should I call upon you in this room and you are unprepared to respond. Theology is simply the study of God's interaction with man. That interaction is documented for us all in the form of God's holy word, the only text we require for study. Take up and read, as the divine voice told St. Augustine. Take up and read. But we do this only so that we might understand more clearly how the Lord speaks to us, you and me, today. The language of the Lord speaks to our souls, not to our minds. In moments of sudden understanding, God speaks to us. In lightning flashes of inspiration, God speaks to us. When you settle on the absolute certainty that it is the right decision, the best decision, the only decision, that is God whispering the conviction in your ear. Here, together, through the study of his holy word, we will learn how to recognize the voice of God. So, because the end cometh and we know not when, let's get started. Open your textbooks to chapter 1, page 1. Let's look at that first verse there. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
So God existed before the beginning. So the truth of the statement in the beginning is suspect. One sentence in and our doubt is aroused. Unless, of course, the statement is not intended to be taken literally, but rather metaphorically. But in that case, the Word of God can be interpreted as poetry and myth. And if we are to accept in the beginning so easily, why not the devil as a name for man's animal nature, and hell as a word describing a state of mind? Don't get me wrong, I love the Bible. It's a great read. It's got everything. Sex, violence, red dragons with 7 heads. If you read it closely enough, you can justify anything. That's pretty impressive. One hell of a book. But it's just that, really, one book. At least in the library of the philosopher. The theologian reads it for the answers, the philosopher for the questions. I know we have some Jews and Mohammedans auditing the class this semester, shalom, salam, and I wanted to make it clear that despite this being a Catholic university, we will not be restricting ourselves to studying the philosophy of the church. There are, after all, more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in its theology. True philosophy is like the insolent child who, regardless of the explanation given by God the Father, will always respond with why. You must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat of it, you will surely die. Why? Isn't knowledge of good and evil another way of saying wisdom? Is wisdom forbidden? Does that sound right to you? Aristotle, on the other hand, said, all men possess by nature a craving for knowledge. Aristotle, of course, wasn't much of a churchgoer. For those of you pursuing a double major, and for those of you who are still undecided in your major, just keep in mind that a theology degree only serves you when you're talking to God. A philosophy degree is valuable every time you talk to yourself. Of course, in my opinion, what's the difference? But that's my philosophy. What's yours? Choose carefully. Read. Discuss. Question. Explore. Test. Doubt. Defy convention. Don't settle for because I said so or because that's the way it's always been. Nobody has all the answers. Yet. Above all, think for yourself. Granted, about those things which we cannot think, we must believe. But about those things which we cannot believe, we must think.
An ode to Amy Ensign. Amy Ensign, as most of you know, is Door Shakespeare's managing director. But did you know that she also is with Door Shakespeare from 2007 to 2012? Yes, indeed. Not only was she acting every summer, but she also, for a time, served as the education director, for a time served as company manager, and also for 4 of those summers, she sold advertising for the program. So she's done a lot. Her history with Door Shakespeare is vast, so we thought it only appropriate just to say hi and thanks. Amy is also currently, she has been since 2012, the head of drama at Sevastopol School. They do beautiful work there, and I think they're very fortunate to have someone like Amy working with the young people there. Amy has also done things like, sailed around the world. Yeah, and I said, no, you didn't. And then she said, oh yes, I did. So she did that. But then she also does things like she plays underwater hockey, which I don't even think should exist. I don't even think hockey should exist because I don't understand it. But yes, it's not enough to play hockey above ground. She has to go underwater. She wears a snorkel, they're hitting the puck down there, people get concussions, it's crazy. She's like at a national level. I don't think it should be, but it is, and she does it. Amy has a wonderful family. Amy's family, as I've come to know them, I can't think of Amy without thinking of them. So we wanted to bring a few of them here just to say hey. Amy, thank you for working with me. I learn something every day, and it comes from working with you. We meet on Zoom Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30, and oops, it's almost time for that now. And I look forward to those times. Sure, they're challenging times, but working together, we figure it out. We're taking one step at a time, and it's coming along, I think, really fine. We look forward to the future, working together to bring more talent, more shows, more educational programming, more in terms of the Door Shakespeare reading series, more. In addition, Amy is also the education and outreach coordinator for Door Shakespeare now. So it's really quite amazing what she does. And of course, everyone loves Amy. Amy, thank you on a professional level. Thank you for your friendship. And let's keep going on with the show because I could just sit here and talk about Amy all day, and I'm not even sitting.
In 1970, late 1970s, the family moved to Kaiserslautern, Germany, and Amy was in the 4th grade at Kaiserslautern Military School. There was an entertainment that the school put on, and Amy and 2 other girls sang a song, each having a solo. That was the first time I knew that Amy was an entertainer.
Love you, Amy.
We love you, Amy.
Amy, it's always been wonderful watching you entertain from the time you were in the 4th grade up to now. I love you.
I love you, Aunt Amy.
We love you, Amy.
I'm truly your #1 fan. I love you.
So, we want to introduce our next performer who made her debut in Rosalind, the last production of Door Shakespeare that was done virtually just a little while ago. It was wonderful. I'm sure you all agree and all saw it more than once. So she is going to be... this is Rhonda Ray Bush singing Is It a Crime? From Bells Are Ringing, and accompanying her on the piano is Ryan Kappelman.
And they're real swell.
I think we're good, thank you.
Mother and Dad handed down to me a bit of their old philosophy. I've stuck to it like an obedient daughter, but it always lands me in hot water. Now I'd gladly carry out your suggestions if you'd give me the answer to these questions. Please tell me, is it a crime to start each day with a laugh and a smile and a song? And is it a crime to end each day with a laugh and a smile and a song? Is it wrong? Is it a crime to call the world your Valentine? Is it a crime to grab a lamppost and then sing Sweet Adeline? I ask you, is it a crime to save a wee baby bird when it falls from its nest? That little bird should have a chance to fly like all the rest. So if it's a crime to help old ladies cross the street, then put me in jail without bail. Bread and water from an old tin pail. If that two things as we go through life. One, be thy brother's keeper. And two, mind your own business, with a laugh and a smile and a song. Now, if I know something, and by telling it to someone in distress, I could change that someone's life, well, is it a crime to tell him? Or is it a crime not to? Is it that you mustn't or that you've got to? My job is to get messages to people on time. If I have a job and I see it through, and it's just my duty that I do. Is that, let's go back a few thousand years. Now, if there had been answering services then, and it had been up to me, well, I could have changed the course of history. I could have prevented many a famous tragedy with a laugh and a smile and a song. Why, many nights I lie in bed, and my cheeks grow soaking wet when I think of what I could have done for Romeo and Juliet. Hello, Verona phone? Well, yes, Mr. Romeo. Juliet Capulet called. The message is, to avoid marriage to other fellow and pretending to be dead. This Friar Lawrence gave me a great big sleeping pill, but when I wake up, we'll head for the border. Oh, don't thank me. Oh, it's all in a day's work. See what I could have done? Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. But if I'd gotten that message through on time, I'm telling you, those two kids would be alive today! So if it's a crime to help old ladies cross the street, then I'll confess I'm just a mess. Mother and Dad, you are wrong, I guess. If that's a crime.
Hello, I'm Carrie Hitchcock. I am here with my maple tree in Bayview, Wisconsin, in honor of the magnificent maple tree at Bjorklanden, which is the performance home of Door Shakespeare. I think it's one of the most intimate outdoor Shakespeare festivals in the country. Now, we all know season 25 did not happen. However, I also know that Amy and Michael and the board have fabulous plans for next season and beyond. So I invite you to join me in supporting Door Shakespeare. And that's it. So till we meet again, be kind, be safe, be well, and please, please, be generous. Bye now. See you soon. What? No, you're supposed to turn it off. What do you mean your branches won't reach? Okay, I'll turn it off. Take care.
Franny Dickinson's background in theater and dance, along with her love of music, is visible in all of her work. Not available frequently, but available now. You can bid on a piece of her artwork just by scrolling down the left side of your screen. A beautiful bouquet of flowers in a vase with a blue background. This piece will warm anyone's living room.
Hi there. This is Jody Sekas, and I'm coming to you from the beautiful campus of the University of Wisconsin Parkside in our main stage theater, where we are getting ready to open a live-streamed version of Romeo and Juliet and also of the complete works of William Shakespeare abridged. I feel very lucky that over the past 2 years, I've been able to be the scenic and properties designer for Door Shakespeare. It's been such a remarkable experience working with so many talented individuals and getting to share in that creativity and work in that beautiful environment. It's just a wonderful, wonderful ensemble of people. The other thing that I really appreciate is the opportunities that Door Shakespeare has given our students here from UW Parkside, who have been able to be interns in acting and in technical work and in front of house. And the experience that they get is invaluable working alongside these professionals and helping them develop their professional careers. So thanks again, Door Shakespeare, for everything you've been doing and everything you will continue to do. I am really looking forward to getting back up there with you. Thanks a lot.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Instonis. I am a freelance costume designer in the Milwaukee, Chicago area, and I'm also an associate professor of theater and costume design at Carthage College. I first started working with Door Shakespeare last summer, 2019 season, designing the costumes for Merry Wives of Windsor and Henry V. And then I recently did their first virtual production, Rosalind, for the 2020 virtual season. The reason I love working with the Door Shakespeare Company is because Michael gathers some of the most creative people I know, some old friends that I've worked with multiple times, and some really great new people that I've met. The other thing that I love about them is the way that they are committed to supporting emerging artists. I teach at Carthage College, and part of my commitment to my students is to stay current in theater and keep my freelance career going. And so being able to work at a place like Door Shakespeare, where when I asked if I could bring a student with me as my assistant, they were very accepting. They helped find her a place to stay so she could stay there. They brought her into the fold just like everyone else. She got to have all of this great, meet all of these great people, make all of these great connections. And just the way I would like it to work out every time, they decided to hire her for the 2020 season, which unfortunately didn't happen, but it's still exactly how I would like my professional work to mesh with my academic work, right? To be able to bring those students with me, give them these great opportunities, and then have them work with those same artists who I trust and love.
Stanton Davis, what are you doing here?
Kay Martinovich, what are you doing here at Northern Illinois University's closed theater?
I know, closed, right? Oh.
Like so many of the theaters around the country, closed. Luckily, there are some theaters still doing things online, and there's the opportunity also to attend galas online, like this one for Door Shakespeare.
Door Shakespeare, we're so happy that you're celebrating 25 years in business. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yay.
And we wanted to say thank you for giving our students and professional actors that graduated from here opportunities to work at your theater.
They come back with rave reviews having worked there, and they so appreciate the opportunity to work in the lovely landscape of your theater.
So thank you, Door Shakespeare, for including education as a big part of your mission.
Celebrate Door Shakespeare!
Door Shakespeare!
Woo!
Hello, my name is Elliot Brotherhood. I'm a sophomore English major at Ohio University, and I am currently in Mequon, Wisconsin with my family because Ohio University has gone online this semester due to COVID-19.
My name is Luke Brotherhood, and I'll be a freshman at Fordham University in January.
Hi everybody, my name is Emily Holland, and I am currently sitting in my college apartment at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, where I study musical theater and I minor in dance.
Hi, I'm Mikkel Knudsen. I was a student of Northern Illinois' BFA acting program. I've since graduated. I graduated in May, and now I'm out in Chicago, living the dream, you know?
Hello, my name is Megan Shout. I was an intern at Door Shakespeare for the 2019 season. I used to go to school at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, and now I go to school at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside, where I go to finish my theater major and my history minor.
Hello, my name is Ryan Zirk, and I graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Parkside back in 2018.
My favorite part of being an intern at Door Shakes was getting to work with so many wonderful people. Tons of great people come up to Door County every year to do Door Shakes, and they're invariably just lovely to work with. And getting to come in every day and do rehearsals and do shows with people that you really enjoy being around is really great. And there is a certain Door County magic to it that really intertwines everyone, and we all form a special bond, which is really great.
My favorite part about being an intern at Door Shakespeare is probably getting the opportunity to perform in the shows while also experiencing the other side of theater. So whether it's hanging lights, selling tickets, working on costumes, stuff like that, it was a really cool experience to get to learn and grow in that aspect of theater while also learning so much from the actors around me, while also being able to play music and perform in shows, which I love doing. After working on so many different aspects of things, even though it's just a sliver of what other people do full-time for a living, it makes you really grateful and appreciate the people who are constantly making the theaters run, whether they're selling tickets or making phone calls for donors. Everybody truly has such a huge role in making sure that the productions actually are put up and run smoothly. Being able to once again work on so many aspects of different things, it's a very fulfilling and gratifying feeling at the end of the day, at the end of the internship, to look back at everything you, along with everyone else you've been working with the entire summer, has achieved.
My favorite part about being an intern at Door Shakespeare, hands down the people. This group of people that I worked with were the most kind, funny, intelligent, talented people I've ever worked with. I mean, I'm only 20, so that's not saying much. No, I'm just kidding. But they're awesome. To be able to work with them this early on in my career changed the game for me. I am incredibly grateful. And I, of course, have to give a shout out to John, Elliot, and Luke Brotherhood. I would not have them in my lives if it weren't for Door Shakespeare, and they are my heart. So, yeah, that's definitely my favorite part.
My favorite part about being an intern with Door Shakespeare was every day having the opportunity to go into the rehearsal room or the dressing room for a show and just working alongside all of these wonderful professional actors and picking up some tips and tricks along the way.
My favorite thing about working at Door Shakespeare was the people. They were absolutely fantastic, and you could always ask them questions. They would have a smile on their face. They were wonderful, wonderful people.
My favorite part about working at Door Shakespeare as an intern was not only being able to work with the stage managers, the actors, the lighting designer, and being part of the props team. I had my first put-in performance as an understudy for Joe Boersma in Much Ado About Nothing as the messenger.
My least favorite part of being an intern at Door Shakes was probably taking down the sets every day, because unlike my brothers, I don't like to exercise. But even that is fun when you're surrounded by people who you really enjoy being around. And at the end of the day, even the difficult stuff, even the stuff that we have to troubleshoot, is fun when you're surrounded by those people.
My least favorite part about being an intern at Door Shakespeare, I straight up don't have an answer for that.
There was one day where it had just absolutely downpoured, and we were about to do Henry V, and we were debating on canceling the show, but just in case we weren't going to, the interns went, and we literally swam through the woods to get to the stage, and we had to put wood chips backstage so people wouldn't slip on the mud, and we had to just wipe off all the seats even though it was still raining. It was just an actual nightmare. And I honestly can't even remember if we ended up still doing the show or not. I feel like we did, which, if it worked, it worked, but that day was not fun.
My least favorite part, however, was when we had to rotate and clean the bathrooms.
My least favorite thing would have to be all the walking that I had to do when I had to put all the signs away at Beer Glendon. That was rough. My feet were aching for days.
My least favorite part about working at Door Shakespeare, I guess having any one of our performances rained out.
One word to describe my internship at Door Shakes, it would be fulfilling. Because at the end of the day, when there is difficult stuff that we have to do, and there is stuff we have to troubleshoot with stage management and everyone else, at the end of the day, you leave and you feel like we did that. You're left with this sense that we made it happen, and we made the show happen. And it's really great to go home feeling that way every night, because it gets you excited for the next show, the next day, and really makes you want to come back and do it all again, and be surrounded by all those lovely people who are you like and you enjoy being around, and dare I say love. So it's really great. I've loved every moment that I've spent at Door Shakes, and I really hope we can do it again soon, because it would be really great, and I can't wait to get back up there.
If I could use one word to describe what my Door Shakespeare internship instilled in me, it would be gratitude.
Passion, hands down.
I'd have to say joy.
Would probably have to be development.
I would say patience.
I must tell you, though, that Amy Ensign and I will certainly agree that when you are with the interns, whether they be production-related, acting-related, administrative-related, they are a breath of fresh air. They're having a ball, and their energy is infectious, and when they're having a ball, we're all having a ball, and it lifts the summer to a whole other level. And again, those dollars that you are contributing are going to support programs like our internship program and our relationships with those colleges in Wisconsin and in other states. Thank you.
Hello, I am back to tell you about my favorite silent auction item. Can you guess? That is the Door County Theater package. With this silent auction item, you get 2 tickets to Door Shakespeare, 2 tickets to Penn Players, 4 tickets to Northern Sky, and 2 season subscription passes to their 3-show season at the 3rd Avenue Playhouse. This is all in one theater package that you can bid on. Just simply scroll down to it on your left side of the screen. Judy, our board member, calls it a quadruple threat, and I think she's right. Good luck.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
My name is Annalie Lefko.
And I am Ryan Maltz. We are both graduates of the University of Minnesota's Guthrie Theater BFA Actor Training Program. But currently, we relocated to Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, for a temporary move. Thank you, coronavirus. We were fortunate enough to be able to take part in the first ever Door Shakespeare reading series last year, where we did a reading of Red Velvet by Lolita Chakrabarti. I played the role of Ellen Tree.
And I was Pierre Laporte.
It was an absolute blast.
It was great. It was a
beautiful night at the Woodwalk Gallery in Door County.
Which is absolutely gorgeous, as I'm sure many of you know.
A brisk night. The fog was over the beautiful meadows. They were nice enough to set up heat lamps for us for the reading.
Yeah, it was great meeting members of the community and just getting to perform this show.
Yeah, it was one of my first ever gigs outside of graduating the BFA program. So it was wonderful. Michael Stebbins did a brilliant job directing, set up a very comfortable learning and playing environment. So, yeah.
It was great seeing Door Shakespeare season, extend beyond just the summer.
Absolutely.
Which I think is great. I think it's wonderful to have. But to continue on with the program, we are fortunate enough to have DeMonte Henning reading a little bit from Red Velvet in the role of Ira Aldridge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When I was a boy, there was this man, William Brown. Spent his life savings on a house. It was run down, basic, but he had such passion, he turned his own house into a theater. He would serve cakes and punch in the backyard in the interval. His friend, Jimmy Hewlett, was an actor, untrained, unpolished, worked as a tailor uptown in the day, but was burning up for talent. They had no one to follow either. You see, Jimmy was cutting and stitching in the day, Mr. Brown did odd jobs, and I was at school But evenings we rehearsed and played Romeo and Juliet, Richard III, Henry V. I was 14. We were rough, but we had passion. And we became real popular. Powers that be didn't like it though, and one night while we playing in our tumble-down theater and our homemade costumes, they set fire to that house. Burned like paper. The drier the wood, the quicker it burns. And the noise was deafening. Screams, the flames catching further, shouting, couldn't see my way out, couldn't breathe. And just when I thought I was done, Mr. Brown grabbed my hand and pulled me up from the floor. Don't you find it edifying that no one bats an eye when Grandma plays Juliet and that we all applaud the East End drunk as the warrior Moor? So when King plays the Moor, we're amazed at how skillfully he descends into this base African tragedy, but with me, it seems I'm revealing my true nature. And the most illuminating thing for me is that you're standing on the other side. The radical red-caped son of the revolution, hand in hand with the Blue Brigade. Think about this. You'll be supporting their ignorance. You'll be helping the abolitionists. What was that pamphlet? The numerous explanations of mental inferiority? His chin retreating, his forehead low, his eyes prominent. Can any such man ever be great or elevated? Don't let the theater go dark on my name. If you do this, where will I go? Who would ever employ me? Look at me. I'm asking for my reputation. Decisions like this test the greatness of men. There is a choice.
Oh, welcome back. It's time for what, Rolly? The Falstaff Festival. That's right, this is the Falstaff Festival portion of the evening. Two of Door Shakespeare audience's favorites, James Carrington and Mark Corkins, are both going to do pieces, a Falstaff. Falstaff indeed. Now, James Carrington is going to do a piece from what play? Henry IV, Part 1. Henry IV, Part 1. Yes, we have not produced that yet, but give us time, we're only 25. And then the next piece is going to be Falstaff in what play? The Merry Wives of Windsor. The Merry Wives of Windsor, which we did do in the summer of 2019. We also did Henry V in the summer of 2019, and Falstaff does appear in the play, but only offstage, and then he dies during the play, so, well, that happens. But we always have the words of John Falstaff as given to us by the bard, William Shakespeare. Isn't that right, Rolly? Yeah, I love his plays, all 37 of them. What he said is, yes, I love his plays, all 37 of them. He's just getting the hang of ventriloquism. Plus, if you're really concerned, this is what happens when you work from your apartment in times pandemic and start becoming friends with inanimate objects. That's what you think. Ladies and gentlemen, James Carrington and Mark Corkins as part of the Falstaff Festival. You'll get better.
'Tis not due yet. I would be loath to pay him before his day. What need I be so forward with him that calls not on me? Well, 'tis no matter. Honor pricks me on. Yea, but how if honor prick me off when I come on? How then? Can honor set to a leg? No. Or an arm? No. Or take away the grief of a wound? No. Honor hath no skill in surgery then? No. What is honor? A word. What is in that word, honor? What is that honor? Air. A trim reckoning. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday, doth he feel it? No. Doth he hear it? No. 'Tis insensible then? Yea, to the dead. But will it not live with the living? No. Why? Detraction will not suffer it, therefore I'll none of it. Honor is a mere scutcheon. And so ends my catechism.
Nay, Master Brooke, you shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket, rammed me in with foul shirts and socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins. That, Master Brooke, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril. But you shall hear, Master Brooke, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. Well, they took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked for fear, lest the lunatic knave would have searched it. But fate ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, away went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. It was a miracle to escape suffocation.
Hi, my name is Alexander Johnson, and I played Charles Roche in Door Shakespeare's first virtual production of J.M. Barrie's Rosalind. While it wasn't possible for us all to get together this past summer and create the magic of live theater, Door Shakespeare offered us the opportunity to partake in the joy of theater in a new and exciting way. It was so much fun to get back into the rehearsal room, my living room, and dive headfirst into a process, such a uniquely collaborative process between Zoom and FaceTime and lighting and framing our own shots and then hitting record and just hopping right into our own scenes. It was such an unforgettably rewarding experience, now more than ever. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch Rosalind and for supporting the performing arts. In a time when so many artists are out of work, it means the world to me to have you show up and to let us know that you need us. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support.
Alas, Dame, our pleasant gossips have ended for this year. I am called back to London hurriedly.
Oh dear, what a pity. Your girl has come back and she wants you. Is that it?
That's about it. I must go. Have I time to catch the express?
Doesn't leave until 7.
I think I can do it. Is that the train you are to take?
Yes, but only until the next station.
Even for that moment of your company, I shall be grateful. Dame, this gentleman turns out to be a friend of Beatrice.
So he said, but I suspicioned him.
He is. Mr. Roche, this is my kind dame. I must put a few things together.
If I can help.
You can send on my luggage tomorrow. But here is one thing you might do now. Run down to the rectory and tell them why I can't be there for the cutting out.
I will.
Goodbye, you dear, for I shall be gone before you get back. I'll write and settle everything. Oh, cozy room. I have had a lovely time.
Time is running out, but you can still buy it now. Door Shakespeare t-shirts, sweatshirts, and Hamlet ornaments. Just scroll down to the different products on the left side of your screen and click Buy It Now from 20 to $45, all sorts of different price points, either for yourself or as a gift. Not too much time left, so take advantage while you can.
Here we go.
Come here to our table in friendship and song. If you pick up the chorus, join in, sing along.
There's no need to be shy, welcome in, we don't bite. If you're here at our table, you're family tonight.
And give you many, many, merry days. And give you many, many, merry days.
So welcome in justice and doctor and priest, from France and from Wales, north, south, west and east. Come swindlers and poachers and clowns to our feast. There's a chair at the table for highest and least.
And give you many, many, merry days. And give you many, many, merry days. Welcome in lovers, the young and the old, you plotters and schemers and suitors of gold. You fine merry wives and your husbands so bold. There's a chair at the table and tales to be told. And give you many, many, merry days. And give you many, many, merry days. Come join us now for many, merry days. You're welcome, friends, these many, merry days.
Good evening. I'm Joe Hanreddy, and I'd like to thank you so much for your support for this very special theater company. My wife Jamie and I have watched the Door Shakespeare Festival from its very beginnings. And over the last few summers, I've had the privilege to direct productions of A Midsummer Night's Dream, Twelfth Night, and Much Ado About Nothing. My every experience with Door Shakespeare, either as a participant or audience member, has been an absolute delight. The spirit of the company is joyful, inspiring, and uplifting, often in the face of a variety of obstacles, not the least of which is unpredictable weather. But the reward is truly glorious. Audience and actors gathered in beautiful Bjork linen, sharing the cover of a towering maple tree is the perfect way to experience the world's greatest plays. And Door Shakespeare has become one of Door County's most important assets for both visitors and our residents. And now I'd like to turn this over to my friend and artistic colleague, Demetrius Troy. Demetrius played Orsino in the production of Twelfth Night that I directed, and he played Puck in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and he is going to do an excerpt from Puck right now.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. In this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Oh, that was a beautiful couple hours of entertainment, I'll tell you.
Sure was. It sure was. It was really wonderful to see everyone back together again.
Yeah, it was great. All of those individuals who gave of their time and talent freely, all those individuals who have given of their time and talent toward the silent auction, all those contributions across the board. It's really, really special.
It sure is. Yeah, we have a lot to be thankful for.
While we were watching, because, I'd seen some of the clips, so, I sort of not checked out, but what I did do is I was watching, and not when you were talking, of course. I was watching and then going to my phone because I kept bidding on stuff. And well, you know, you get excited. I'm still dreaming about winning the porpoise, and wow.
You won the porpoise?
Well, I don't know if I won it yet because I'm going to keep bidding on that thing.
Right. I mean, our time together comes to a close, but we still have another half hour where you can bid on silent auction items. So it's not a done deal.
Oh, great. So when I get that porpoise, because I'm getting that porpoise on purpose, what do I do? Because I know I'm going to win it. What happens at the end of the evening after I win something? Do you call me and talk to me on the phone and tell me things? Or how does that work?
That's a great question. So at 8:30, the silent auction will come to a close. And those that have won their porpoise will get notified. And that will allow you over the next 24 hours to go back to our Gala website. And if you'd like to really make the biggest bang for your donation buck, you would then have the opportunity to purchase shipping and handling for your silent auction items that you want. And there are 3 different levels depending on the size of your porpoise. You could choose the $5 or the $10 or the $20 range.
Oh, because it's like 60 feet long. I'm going to hit the $20 thing because, you know, it's like shipping a body.
Do you have experience with that, Michael?
No, not at all.
But yes, it's totally up to you.
Great. So up until 8:30, like I'm talking to you right now, I could still be bidding, and right up till 8:30, I can do a raffle. I can buy merch. I can give to the fundraising initiatives. I can see the donate thing and click that and just keep going till I can't go anymore.
Going for another half hour and then for another 24 hours for your shipping and handling. And then at the end of that, you will be notified as to everything that you've purchased and won that evening and asked how you would like to pay for it.
Great.
So then you can choose check, credit card, however you'd like to pay.
Great. That's very helpful. While I've loved doing this, what I'm going to love more is when we are all together again in person.
Yes. Working out of the home office. I've been thinking just that, how wonderful it is to see all these people on my screen. But at the same time, won't it be wonderful when we can be together?
Let's say that's going to happen next summer.
I think that's a great idea. It'll be our 25th anniversary summer season.
Great. And then when we do a gala, what we can do is we can bring back everybody, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Give Smart DS Gala site right now, and I see this quote that's right under the donations. That light we see burning is in my hall. How far that little candle throws its beams. That reminds me of one of my greatest memories at Door Shakespeare. I'm standing at the top of Act 5 as Portia in The Merchant of Venice, getting ready to go on stage. Suzanne Graff is at my right shoulder. The audience is at my left. Kay Almond, who we all know from Rosalind, just closed a few weeks ago, is on stage. And it was a time when everything happening as Portia the character absolutely meshed with everything that was happening with me as an actor. And it was an incredible experience of love and thankfulness and just appreciation of everyone that had helped to get the show to that moment. And that's kind of how I feel right now.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank Suzanne Graff and Jerry Gomez, our founders.
Right. 2012 interim artistic director Ross Dipple, right?
Absolutely. We couldn't have gotten here without him. And then, of course, Amy Mueller, who we all knew as
Amy Ludwigson.
Absolutely.
So maybe a dream is that next summer we ask and invite and have everyone back and have a retrospective of all those 25 years. That's funny. You know, you were telling that memory, which was very beautiful. My memory, one of them, is not being in the Merry Wives of Windsor and watching Amy every night because she hides her shoes in different places. So like she's walking off stage in some high heels and then she rips those off and puts little slippers on. She's running. She has like 40 pairs of shoes. And I think there are still some in the woods. If someone goes out there, you know, if you're up in Door County, you might find Amy's shoes. That was one of my best memories.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, I had to allow a good 15 minutes just to set my shoes for backstage crossing.
That's right. There is a show going on stage and off stage. Yeah. Well, are we good? Are we good for this evening?
I think we are.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
I hate to say goodbye,
Me
but
too.
I think we have to.
Me too, because the sooner we do, I'm sure, you know, maybe some people were listening to us, but I know that they were doing what we were hoping they would also be doing, which is bidding on stuff. So I could talk right up till 8:30, but I don't think I need to. I don't think anyone wants me to.
I do, Michael. I love listening to you talk.
Oh, no, you don't. Okay, well, I guess the way out of here is I click stop recording, right? And we'll all meet again.
Should I teach you the original Door Shakespeare bow?
Yeah.
You put your hand over your heart.
Wait, I gotta find it. Oh, sorry. I've got it. Okay.
And you give it to the audience.
Ah, I like that.
Bow.
Then you bow. I see. All right. You want to do that together?
Okay.
Okay, I'll take my lead off you. Okay. Ow. Ow! You tricked me. Okay. Well, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to bow like that all the time. All right, I'll see you later.
This summer, in the garden at Bjorklanden, along the shores of Lake Michigan, Door Shakespeare brings to life 3 plays featuring Shakespeare's most elusive philosopher. Each play engaging, each line poignant, the words haunting in our time. A paragon of observation, Hamlet calls to light our potential and challenges our despair in a way no other Shakespeare character has dared. A season to laugh, a season to challenge, and in the midst of profound chaos, a season to define. What is this quintessence of dust? Door Shakespeare is proud to present the season of Hamlet,